Welcome to another Splatoon 2 video on the channel. Today Nintendo have announced that the 3.0 update or the 3.0 update, however you want to pronounce it, will be going live later today for you guys in North America. So we'll be going live at 6 PM for people living on the West Coast. It will be going live 9 PM for people living on the East Coast, and that is Wednesday morning for people living in the UK. So that is 2 o'clock in the morning for people living in the UK, and that is 3 o'clock in the morning for people living in the rest of Europe. So it will be going live later on today for you guys in North America, but early tomorrow morning for people living in the UK and Europe. So that is why my 3.0 update content will be going out quite later than when the update does release, just because I will be in bed. But Nintendo have released some patch notes for the 3.0 update. So what we'll be doing in this video is picking out the important details. What we'll do is leave a link to these patch notes in the description. One thing I would say about these patch notes is that they haven't been translated that well by the Squid Research Lab and Nintendo of America. Some of these have been mistranslated, and thanks to people on Reddit, we have some correct translations. So what we'll be doing is not reading out every single thing in these patch notes, otherwise I will be here all day. This video will go on for like 30-40 minutes. But what we'll do is pick out the important details that pretty much this 3.0 update will be bringing to the game when the update does go live later on today for people living in North America, and early tomorrow morning for people living in the UK and the rest of Europe. So the first big thing that the 3.0 update will change is the ranked mode, and what will be happening in terms of what stages will be appearing in the ranked mode. So currently at this moment in time, with the update that we do have, the 3.0 update isn't live yet, and pretty much every single stage can be played in the ranked mode. But what this means is that sometimes you will struggle to get on a certain stage with a certain rule set. It's like I always seem to get flipping Starfish main stage, Splat zones, all of the flipping time that I am online. So I don't really get other stages as well. Like I always seem to get some stages but not other stages when I want to play ranked mode. But what Nintendo will be doing with ranked mode now moving forward with this 3.0 update is now doing 8 stages per rule set, and what they will be doing is pretty much at the end of the month or the first of the next month, they will be changing up what stages will be appearing. So this is how Nintendo officially described it on their Japanese Twitter account. 8 stages are chosen for each of the 4 rules. So those 4 rules are of course Splat Zones, Tower Control, Rainmaker and Clan Blitz. So there will be 8 different stages for the rule sets pretty much. But 2 of these stages are chosen every 2 hours. Next time on the 1st of June, the combination of rules and stages will be changed. And Nintendo have announced what stages will be appearing in all of the ranked modes from pretty much the 25th of April, which is of course tomorrow for people living in Japan. But pretty much when the 3.0 update will be going live, this is what stages will be appearing from pretty much later on today up until the 31st of May. So in Splat Zones, these stages will be available to play on. So the Reef, Humpback Pump Track, Ink Block Art Academy, Mako Mart, Walleye Warehouse, Gobi Arena, Piranha Pit and Camp Triggerfish. So pretty much when Splat Zones does appear in the ranked mode playlist, 2 of the 8 stages that I did just read out will be available to play on from pretty much when the 3.0 update goes live up until the 31st of May, and then on the 1st of June 8 new stages will be brought into the Splat Zones rotation. For Tower Control, you've got the Reef, Humpback Pump Track, Sturgeon Shipyard, Manta Maria, Kelp Dome, Snapper Canal, Arowana Mall and Camp Triggerfish. For Rainmaker, you've got Sturgeon Shipyard, Murray Towers, Port Mackerel, Manta Maria, Kelp Dome, Mako Mart, Shellendorf Institute and Camp Triggerfish. For Clan Blitz, you have Muscleforge Fitness, Starfish Mainstage, Inkblot Art Academy, Snapper Canal, Black Betty Skate Park, Arawana Mall, Piranha Pit and Camp Triggerfish. If you are a fan of Muscleforge Fitness, Starfish Mainstage and Black Betty Skate Park, it is bad news for you, because pretty much for the next month you will only find those stages in ranked for Clan Blitz, and that is it. So that is quite weird how those 3 stages only appear in one ranked mode, and you've got other stages that do appear in multiple ranked modes. Now what this confirms is that when a stage does get released, you will see it in every single ranked mode. So Camp Triggerfish will be appearing in every single ranked mode. Actually, just to clarify that, when a stage does get released for the first month, it will appear in every single ranked mode playlist. It will appear in every single ranked mode rule set. But I'm guessing once that month ends, so I'm guessing on the 1st of June, Camp Triggerfish will be removed from some of those rule sets. So if you want to play on Camp Triggerfish, my advice for you is to get on Splatoon 2 up until the 1st of May, just because you might not see it that often moving forward past the 1st of June. Now I think this will be quite controversial. I think if you do play Splatoon 2 quite a lot, like myself, I think you might get bored of these stages. It is only 8 stages per rule set, so I'm hoping that pretty much you won't see these 8 stages appear like straight away. I'm hoping that these 8 stages will be staggered through the month, otherwise it will get boring for people that do play Splatoon 2 a lot. So that's just my one fear moving forward. I guess this could mean that we do get to play on certain stages that don't normally appear in the rotation when we are normally online. So this could help to put stages on the rotation when we are online. So this could help to vary up the stages, but I'm just fearing that if you do play the game a lot, then you will get bored just playing on the same stages all of the time. So pretty much you will be getting 8 stages for each rule set a month, and then at the start of next month pretty much the stages will get reset. I think what they will need to do moving forward is not do what I have done this month and put like 3 stages just in one playlist. They should put at least 1 stage in every single playlist. Like, it should appear in more than one playlist in my opinion. So I think Muscleforge Fitness and Starfish Mainstage and Black Betty Skate Park, they should appear more than just Clan Blitz. That's just what I want to see improve moving forward. Let me know your thoughts about this change with the 3.0 update. I think it will prove quite controversial within the community. Again, this is just within the ranked mode playlist. I'm not sure what like the situation will be in terms of league battle. I'm not sure whether the stages will still be the same with like ranked battle, whether you will find like Black Betty Skate Park in splat zones in league battle, but you won't find it in ranked mode like for the next month. I'm not sure whether that will be the case. Of course, Turf War, regular battle, all of the stages will appear in the rotation. I do think this is just for ranked mode. I don't think league battle will be affected, but let me know your thoughts about this change in the comment section below. And now let's get into the patch notes. I've not actually got into the patch notes yet, if you flipping believe it. So yeah, I've got quite a lot to get through in this video. This will be a quite long video, so hopefully you do enjoy this video. So let's just get on with the rest of the 3.0 patch notes. So new gear has been added to the shops. They have added in 2 new songs to the multiplayer. That is Chirpy Chips Wave Prism and Chirpy Chips what's it? I think it's Blitz It. I think that's what the official English name is called. It is only 2 new songs, and we already learned about these 2 new songs before. I was hoping we would get like new Chirpy Chips songs. I think the band is called Chirpy Chips. I could be pronouncing it wrong, but yeah, I was hoping we would get some like new songs other than the ones that we did learn about last month. Like, we did hear these new songs last month. I was hoping that we would get more Chirpa Chips songs, but yeah, unfortunately it's just 2 new songs. Fulfilling a certain requirement within single player will cause Callie from the Squid Sisters to appear at Tentakill Outpost. Now we still don't know what we have to do to get Callie to appear at Tentakill Outpost. I'm hoping it will be just to complete the single player. Maybe it could be to complete the single player, like get 100% with 1 weapon. Some people are speculating that it will be completing the single player and getting 1000% fresh. So that means completing the single player with every single weapon available within the single player. I'm hoping that isn't the case, but we only have a few hours to find out what we have to do to unlock Callie. I'm sure when the update does go live, we will learn about how we will get Callie within the single player, and of course I will bring that news to you in pretty much as soon as possible when I do wake up. So yeah, we will learn about how we will get Callie to appear at Tentakill Outpost. I do believe I did say to get Callie to appear in the single player. Of course I meant to get Callie to appear at Tentakill Outpost. So I'm hoping it will be just to complete the single player, and that is it. But let me know your thoughts about this. What do you think we will have to do to unlock Callie? Do you think we will have to get 1000% fresh? I'm hoping that isn't the case, I really do. But maybe that could be a reward for people that do go that extra mile and do complete the single player for every single weapon. But I'm hoping that isn't the case. But let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. They have made some changes to ranked battle. So they have added in a new rank type, X rank, that will be available with this 3.0 update. And I do believe that is when you do hit S+10, that is when you will go into X rank. I did make a video earlier on in the month confirming that detail. So if I have got that detail wrong, make sure you are checking out that video. Just because that will give the proper detail. Just because I might have got that wrong within this video, I'm just going from the top of my head. I did make that video around about a month ago now, so make sure you are checking out that video. It will give you the exact details you need to do to get into rank X. So I will leave a link to that video in the top right. You should see a card fly across the screen around about now. When a player has reached X rank in the ranked battle mode they are currently playing, pressing in the L and R sticks at the same time whilst in the lobby will cause the player to strike a special pose. I'm guessing this pose will be pretty much your Inkling or Octoling when the Octo expansion does hit in July. But when you do press the L and R sticks at the same time, I'm guessing your Inkling will do the X rank pose. That's what I'm guessing the pose will be. But maybe they could add in Octo expansion special poses as well when that does hit. Whenever that does get released, I think the release date is the 13th of July. I know a lot of people will say, oh Snorf, we've got the release date on the eShop, it's the 31st of July or the 31st of August. That is just a placeholder. I do believe it will be released on the 13th of July. That is when I think the Octo expansion will come out. So pretty much if you do hit rank X within a ranked mode that is currently in the rotation, you will be able to do a special pose. But say like if you got rank X within tower control but Splat Zones is in the rotation, you will not be able to do this special pose. So I know what I'm doing today. I will be pretty much playing a lot of Splatoon 2 today and try and get up to S+10 and try and get into rank X, but I doubt I will be able to do that just because the highest I am in at this moment in time is A+ for tower control and clan blitz. That is a pretty tough reach to get like from A+ up until like S+10. I don't think I will be able to do that in one day. They have made some changes to Splatfest. When Splatfest results are revealed, team voting percentages and win percentages will now display to the hundredths digit after the decimal point. When playing multiple solo Splatfest matches with few allies, your Splatfest power will not decrease when losing. Now Splatfest power will not decrease when in this situation for an even shorter duration. I think this is a mistranslation. I think what it meant is that before, pretty much in solo Splatfest matches, say like if somebody rage quitted or disconnected from your team, your power meter wouldn't decrease. But I think what it means is that moving forward, pretty much your power meter will still not decrease, but pretty much that sort of period will be shorter. Your Splatfest power will not decrease if you are in the situation of having less players on your team, but the period of when your power meter doesn't decrease, that will decrease moving forward. That's what I think it means. They have made some changes to regular battle or turf war as well, so when playing multiple matches with few allies, your vibe meter will not change when you lose. Now they have made a lot of fixes within the multiplayer. These do fix a lot of bugs that were in the multiplayer. I will only be reading out around about 3 or 4 of these fixes. If you want to read every single fix, then make sure you are checking out the link in the description, just because that will take you to these patch notes. But for the sake of this video, and so that this video doesn't go on for that long, well, it will actually go on for quite a while, but so that it doesn't go on for longer than what it needs to, I will just only be reading out around about 3 or 4. So they have fixed an issue causing players to enter stage objects when the landing point of their super jump was surrounded by obstacles. They have fixed an issue in tower control matches causing players caught between a stage terrain feature and the metal grating portion of the tower's platform to be pushed inside the stage features. So these changes will make it harder to get under the stage and to get into areas of stages that you shouldn't be able to get into. So you probably might see less glitch videos of people getting into areas of the stages that people shouldn't be able to get into. They have made changes to weapons, special weapons and sub weapons. They have made changes to the 96 gal and the 96 gal deco. They have decreased trajectory variance of first shot while also increasing time required to reach maximum shot variance when firing continuously. The Dynamo Roller and Gold Dynamo Roller have seen some changes as well with the 3.0 update. They have increased number of ink droplets generated by a horizontal swing, also decreasing time before turf is inked or attacks land. They have increased the spread of the ink droplets generated by a horizontal swing. So the Dynamo Roller and the Gold Dynamo Roller have seen a massive buff with the 3.0 update. The Ink Brush and the Ink Brush Nouveau have seen a buff with this update. They have increased the overall spread of ink generated by swinging the brush, with the spread of ink closest to the player seeing the biggest increase, which makes it easier to ink continuous areas of turf. They have made multiple changes to the splash wall, but I will not be reading out every single one of them. But pretty much with the splash wall, you can now place a splash wall even if you've got one already placed on the stage, but whenever you do place a new splash wall, it will destroy the other one that you've already placed down. With the curling bomb, they have decreased the radius of ink coverage and damage dealt by curling bomb explosion when R is pressed and immediately released. Bombs now grow in size the longer R is held, increasing ink coverage whilst travelling and area of ink coverage and damage dealt when it explodes. They have decreased the amount of time before ink recovery begins after use in proportion to how long our button is held. They've made some changes to the curling bomb launcher. Curling bombs generated by the curling bomb launcher will always be the same size regardless of button press duration, so this is different to the curling bomb sub-weapon. Due to this change, area of ink coverage and damage dealt by curling bomb explosions has been decreased slightly. With the Stingray, they have reduced damage dealt by roughly 10%. Stingray's beam will now pass through the spawn point barrier when used within the barrier around your team's spawn. Now there is some confusion with this translation. Some people are saying that if you do pretty much squid jump back to your spawn point and use the Stingray will push you outside of your spawn point barrier. That is what some people are saying that the change means on Reddit. They have made some changes to gear abilities as well. So with ink recovery up, they have increased the effect when in kid form by roughly 6%. Opening Gambit has seen a massive buff. Whilst active, Opening Gambit's duration will be extended by 7.5 seconds for each opponent splatted by the player or assist they are credited with. Now I'm wondering whether this could be changed, so like whether you could continuously get Opening Gambit like whenever you do splat somebody within 7.5 seconds, but that is still a massive buff even if you can't chain those splats together to keep Opening Gambit's effect going for a large duration of the match. After drop roller is used, the player will receive the effects of run speed up, swim speed up and ink resistance up for roughly 3 seconds. And with Ninja Squid, it will now nullify roughly 20% of the effect provided by the player's swim speed up gear ability. So this definitely does nerf gear sets where you do have one gear with Ninja Squid and another gear with swim speed up. And the last thing that we'll be covering in this video is that they have changed the points required for the special weapons with certain weapons. So with the Lunar Blaster Neo and the Clash Blaster Neo, before you needed 180 points to get the special weapon, but now you only need to get 170 points to get the special weapons with those weapons. With the Ink Mini Splatling, it has been reduced from 200 to 190 points to get your special. With the Ink Mini Splatling, it has been reduced from 200 to 190 points required to get your special. The Blaster and the Hero Blaster Replica, before it was 170 points, but now you need to get 180 points to get your special. The Slosher Deco, you will need to get 220 points, before it was 200. And with the Heavy Splatling and the Hero Splatling Replica, it has been increased from 180 points to 200 points. So that is everything that I need to cover in this video. This video has gone on for ages, so what I might have done is cut out some of the notes that I did read out. So I might have jumped from like sub weapons to special weapons or from weapons to main weapons, but yeah, I might have done that to reduce the time of this video because this video has gone on for ages. I think some people might be disappointed with this 3.0 update, how it hasn't nerfed the splashdown. And then the splashdown, it is really unpopular within the community, especially on the Splatoon Reddit at this moment in time. I know some people will be disappointed that the Clash Blaster Neo, the Octo Brush and the NZAP, they haven't been nerfed. They are definitely unpopular weapons within the community, so I'm sure the community is disappointed that those weapons didn't get nerfed by Nintendo within the 3.0 update. But let me know your thoughts about this 3.0 update in the comment section below. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow for more Splatoon 2 coverage.